now available on e-readers everywhere. From the author of the Simp trilogy, Stop Simping, Why Men Don't Need Finance to Get Romance. Manginas, they look like men, but they act like ladies. And the misadventures of Captain Sailor Holcombs, Stop Simping in the Workplace. Learn what mistakes not to make with women and protect your job with Stop Simping in the Workplace. Available on e-readers everywhere. Why is a simp a terrible employee to have in your workplace? Well, your simp is a terrible employee to have in your workplace for two reasons. One, your simp is not focused on meeting the goals that are to be set in an organization. Whenever your simp is in the workplace, he does not put the work in the organization first, and because he does not put the work in the organization first, he's not focused on doing the best job possible. When it comes down to your simp, his whole reason for being any place is not about building a career or developing a skill or learning a craft or mastering a craft. His goal when he's in the organization is to get the attention of women and to get social currency with people. Those are his two reasons for being in the workplace. Whenever you have a simp in the workplace, his goal is not getting work done and then doing work in a quality fashion. His goal is getting the attention of females in the workplace and then getting social currency with people in the office. He's a big talker, has a lot of big words, and uses a big mouth. But whenever you look at his work, it's usually poor quality and it's extremely mediocre. Because the simp, whenever you deal with him, nothing ever gets done in a high quality fashion or up to any sort of standard. Simps in the workplace, they're looking to get attention for themselves, and looking to get attention to get social currency. Social currency, which is brownie points with people, does not have any value to a business. It does not allow a business to develop contacts with clients, and it does not allow a business to develop profits, which will allow them to build wealth. Whenever you have a simp in the workplace, he's going to chase things that have social value, but do not build real, actual value in terms of wealth. The second reason why you don't want to have a simp in the workplace is because he's primarily there to try to get the attention of women. When it comes down to your simp, he is only in a workplace, again, looking to make a personal connection with people. And because he's looking to make personal connections with people, his main goal is to please and appease women. He wants to make women happy. He wants to make women his friends. And in many cases, he wants to try to have some sort of romantic relationship with a female in the workplace that he sees. And because he has a poor perception of boundaries, he goes into the workplace looking to get the attention of females and not looking to be a leader in his profession. And because he's looking to make these women happy, he's not, again, focused on the quality of his work, but he's not also focused on getting things done in the right way. He's always there looking for that woman's attention, and he'll always defer to the attention of women in the workplace. For example, you could have a simp who's a manager, and what he's going to do is he's going to try to defer to the attention of a receptionist or an administrative assistant who's supposed to be under his authority. Instead of him presenting himself as an authority figure, he's submitting to people who are lower than he is in the corporate hierarchy or the business hierarchy. And because he does that, he then makes himself to be weak and ineffective in the workplace. And when you have a simp in the workplace, because he is weak and ineffective in the workplace, your productivity is going to drop. Because whenever you have a simp in the workplace, he gives passes to women for unprofessional behavior, such as coming in late, being disrespectful and rude to clients and coworkers, and literally doing things that are inappropriate in the workplace and not setting hard boundaries with females in the workplace. And because he does this, he creates a dysfunctional work environment where productivity, again, grinds to a halt. Because whenever you have a simp in the workplace, again, he is deferring to women in the workplace. He's giving them passes for unprofessional behavior, giving them passes for work that is not up to standard, making excuses for them. And when a simp does this, what he does is he creates a work environment where worker morale goes down, productivity goes down, and turnover increases because coworkers get frustrated because what the simp does, because when he gives passes to women, what he does is he makes it where other people have to pick up the slack, and then he makes inconsistent standards for work because whenever you have a simp in the workplace, he creates a triple standard. And usually under this triple standard, he has one standard for men, one standard for women, and then a third standard for himself where he can do absolutely no wrong. And when you have this guy in the workplace, nothing is going to get done in a quality way or a consistent way. So, whenever you have this simp in the workplace, you have an individual here who is going to pretty much cost you money left and right. If he isn't costing you money with productivity, he's going to start costing you money whenever he starts trying to make his romantic advances towards females in the workplace. Because when it comes down to this simp, he doesn't understand boundaries. And because he doesn't understand boundaries, if a female coworker tells him no, and he just doesn't hear it, because when it comes down to this simp, he often thinks that if he keeps asking the same question, he eventually he'll wear this woman down, and eventually he'll say yes. Unfortunately, when you do this in the business world, that's called sexual harassment, and sexual harassment is the unwanted and unwarranted advances of an individual, whether they be male or female. And when it comes down to the simp, he just doesn't understand that there's a hard boundary in the workplace when it comes down to interactions with women. And when you're interacting with women, it's best to just keep everything professional. But your simp doesn't understand these things because your simp, again, believes that if he can get the attention and approval of this woman, he has accomplished something because he is not focused on having a professional career. He's not focused on mastering skills and accomplishing things related to his professional career. He's, again, wants to get that social currency. For him, getting that phone number from that female is more important than meeting the goals of the organization or meeting the personal goals he would set for his own professional career. When it comes down to this simp, when you have him in the workplace, he is a major problem. And a lot of people don't see that problem in the workplace with this simp, again, until it's too late, where this guy has done something such as cost you a major client because he's not focused on meeting the goals of the organization, or he has gotten the organization caught up in some sort of sexual harassment scandal because he continues to try to press and pester females who have told him no numerous times. And when you deal with this simp, these are the problems you have. Or he does something even crazier, like if he's on an executive level or the upper management level, where he does things like misappropriating funds to pay for relationships with women in the workplace or pay for dates in the workplace, or he goes out here and embezzles money and just to have relationships with women in the workplace. And a lot of people don't see these things until it's too late, and it's pretty much putting their business in jeopardy. When you have this simp in the workplace, he is a financial risk. He is a threat to your organization. Yes, he's a big talker and he talks a good game, but the behaviors he participates in can cost a business its profits, its productivity, and its reputation overall. And I go into detail into why employers need to stop simping in the workplace in my new ebook, Stop Simping in the Workplace. And you can pick up that ebook on Smashwords for free, or you can pay $2.99 to read it on Kindle right now.